Welcome to Greenable Woodbridge. I am your host, Carolyn Ehrlich, and today's guest is Councilman Craig Vacara, who is actually our councilman in charge of health and recreation and happiness. And what we're going to talk about today is children. This summer, it's been a little bit of a challenge to find out what can kids do during the virus. And we're going to show opportunities that the township offers in camps.
Absolutely. Well, if you walk through these doors, it's a little quiet right now, but this is awe-inspiring when you look around at the murals, and it's so welcoming, at the Welcome Center here, but of course now it's quiet. But it's interesting, our director, Brian Molnar, is going to show us around how we've taken advantage of this huge facility and all the space to allow us to be practicing social distancing, but keeping our young people active at the same time. So I'm really excited to take the tour with Brian.
Right, I haven't seen any of the camp yet. So for us and the viewers, this is a fantastic opportunity. So let's take a walk. We are here with Brian Molnar, who is the director of all recreation in town, not just the camp that we're going to visit now, but the community center, all of the leagues. And so there's probably a lot that we can talk to you about. I think, are the leagues able to start again?
Well, we just got guidance from Trenton. The governor's, released the guidance for sports. It's actually just about to start now.
Good.
So now we have a meeting with the WTYRC, which is the Woodbridge Township Youth Council. They oversee all our individual leagues that we have in town. So we're going to start putting some guidance in on how we can restart, with the fall sports season starting.
That is terrific. That is good news.
Yeah.
So anyways, we're here today to visit the camp.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about how we managed to social distance and keep the kids healthy and happy and busy.
Well, this was a challenge because I was on a lot of Zooms. Let's put it this way, when we go back to planning our camps, we go back to January. That's when we start planning all our trips that the campers are gonna go on. And we had really everything in place. And then when the COVID hit, and then we went into the lockdown, our staff met on a regular basis thinking about, all right, eventually, we kind of put Memorial Day as, all right, this is gonna all start to unwind by Memorial Day. So we started putting in different plans on how we could do summer camp. The mayor had said, let's try to do whatever we can. Parents are gonna have to go back to work, they're gonna need childcare. So the first thing we did was we sent out a survey and to all the people that utilized summer camp before. And we found that, I think it was 38% said they would definitely send their children to a camp. 43% said that they would consider it if it was done the right way. So we looked at it where 70% of our people wanted to come back. So we have a great staff here. We came up with different guidelines. We put in different plans because in the early stages, the CDC sent out guidelines. There were phases. Phase one was, camp being open for, essential parents, children of essential parents only.
Right.
Then it was phase two, you could bring in township residents, and then phase three is when the total opening where everybody could go. So we started our planning stage, and then when the governor released the guidelines, we were kind of ready to hit the ground running.
Terrific.
And this facility is awesome for it because it's so big, and we could spread the kids out, and you'll see, we have the gym, we have the roller rink, we have mini golf. Today at 10:15, the kids will be going out to play mini
wonderful.
golf. The governor just lifted the restrictions on the pool, so now the kids could come here and go swimming. We have this camp at the WCC. We have over 65 campers enrolled this week. We have around 28 campers enrolled at the kids sports at the club at Woodbridge, and we have 65 children registered in our Merrill Park camp.
Right.
So we're doing 3 camps. We just had a hockey camp in the building last week, served over, I think it was 100 children. So yeah, and this building works so good because The hockey kids never came in to this part of the building. They had their own access in and out. So we have to quarantine everybody, keep them in small groups. So it's been a challenge, but the camp directors, Deasia Smith, Gabby Lapointe, Veronica Vasquez, they've all done an incredible job. Shirley Genty came on board with us, from the health department. Everybody's just been a great team.
That's terrific. That is good. So shall we walk, before we take a walk, do you have any questions?
No, I was just going to say, you can see the point of entry here, I guess, for the kids for the camp, and then we did walk around a little bit, so I'm excited to see the different components.
Yeah, on the entry point, this is something we wanted to do even before COVID hit, to make it, because usually this lobby would just be a table set up here and mobbed with parents checking kids in. We wanted to do sort of a drive-by drop-off, and now with the temperature checks, that's how you have to do it. So a plan that we actually had in place last year actually came to fruition this year.
That's terrific. So. Good. All right, let's take a walk. I want to see what the kids are doing. I love kids. Okay, so Brian, camp is basically starting. It's a little after 9 o'clock, correct?
Yeah, so drop-off's anywhere between 8:30 and 9 a.m. So when the children come in, they get checked in, like I said, out by the curb. They come with their counselors, and they'll come to whatever zone they're going to start out in, put their backpacks down. We try to keep our groups small. We try to keep the groups at like 10 with about 4 counselors. Because you have a lot of cleaning and scouring you have to do behind everybody. Like, these kids will be in here right now. They just came in, they put their backpacks down, they meet up with their counselors, and then they'll do an activity here. And then what they'll do is when they go to the next station, 2 counselors will stay behind and they'll sanitize the balls and everything that they use. Put them off to the side, like in a bag, because that's the balls that this group will use again tomorrow. That's how we have to try to do it.
Oh my gosh, you've looked at every possible detail of making sure that it's clean and healthy. This is so great, and I think the parents must be very reassured to know that you are on top of this.
Well, exactly. It's a big responsibility. And the state of New Jersey basically gave us the guidelines on what we have to do.
Right.
We wanted to keep the groups smaller because, God forbid if there ever is a positive.
Right.
Instead of infecting a big number, you're only infecting a small group, where if a group had a quarantine for whatever reason, God forbid. So.
And small groups are nice from the fact that they get more attention from the camp counselors.
No, exactly.
And after being cooped up for all these months in their house, I'm sure they need some good attention and they need to be with friends.
Yeah, and our numbers have been growing too, steadily. So, we started out week 1, we were like in the 50s, low 50s. Now we're creeping up into the mid to upper 60s. So, the Merrill Park camp, where we just started week 3, that's only a 6-week camp. This camp will have like a couple more weeks, it'll go further. So. We might be in the 70s, 80s, which is good.
That's terrific. That's not so bad.
The environment we're in, it's good.
And a late, you usually start, like you said, registration in the winter.
Yeah.
And we didn't even start it until late spring.
I think when everything started kicking in, I think we've had like 35 kids registered at almost every camp, and then then the bottom fell out.
Yeah. So. But you lifted up that bottom real fast.
Yeah.
I think it's a good opportunity with Brian presenting the way this sets up and the precaution they're taking. If you're a parent and you're on the fence, you can actually observe the precautions they're taking and taking advantage of the room. So keep an eye on the rest of the visit here, and maybe we can change your mind and get your students enrolled, because it's an open enrollment throughout the summer.
Yeah,
right?
It's open enrollment, and that's why our numbers fluctuate, because you could be you could sign up online, and you could be Sunday night. You could decide, I'm going to sign my child up for camp, and literally go on and be able to sign up.
Stay tuned for the rest of the tour.
how many camps include miniature golf? This is so beautiful. This is great. And look at the kids. I mean, they're just so happy.
Yeah, this is like camp at a country club.
Right.
This is our little
Country Club
oasis.
Woodbridge,
Yeah,
yes.
exactly. So all the kids will get an opportunity, to come out when the weather's nice to play mini golf. So it's good. They come out here, they'll play 18 holes, then they go back inside, they'll cool off, and it's just a nice touch to get the kids some fresh air.
Wonderful.
Brian, I know just reading notes and things here at the Skylines Mini Golf, there were some upgrades. Maybe you can talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so we just basically had every hole redone, the carpeting, all brand new carpeting. We upgraded some landscaping. The footbridges, they were in need of a little makeover, so we upgraded them from pressure treated wood to Trex.
Oh, wow.
So we've done a lot of upgrades, and up on top of the hill we have our Skyline Pavilion. So
and you run some classes up there, is that correct?
yeah, the WCC, we've had some, that's the new norm now, outdoor fitness classes. So we've been doing it there, and then we're also actually going to roll out some promotional with a lot of banquet halls canceling weddings and events and stuff like that.
idea.
We've worked with our staff. If you want a great wedding or a great baby shower or whatever, Skyline Pavilion, it's considered outdoor dining, and we could give you a hell of an event.
Wow.
Terrific.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That is
Awesome.
great.
I think there's a lot of nice places in town, but when it comes to the view, if you're up at the top at night when the sun's going down and the lights come up in New York City, this is the place to be.
You can see New York City from here.
Yes.
It's one of the highest points in town, right?
Yeah, it's a great view, and I mean, just to have this facility. I mean, when we go to other towns and I go to recreation events in towns talking about their community centers, they're usually schools that the Board of Ed, in town worked on an agreement to get, kind of like our Evergreen was at
Right.
the time.
Yeah.
That was state of the art, but when people come here, they just get blown away.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
this is
And then
amazing.
then they want to replicate it, and when they find out what it cost
Yeah.
to build this, they go,
Exactly.
never mind.
So what we're viewing in the back is a component of our summer camp here.
Yes, yep, that's what we do. We get the kids to get them outside, get a little fresh air. We bring them out, let them play mini golf.
That's great.
It's terrific.
What an opportunity.
Great.